Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Saturday, May what, 3rd. I usually don't make videos on Saturdays, but I was working on my report. There were some comments left on my last video, people, I guess, voicing skepticism about the bilge pump analogy that I gave, and they're like, what happened? You said the market was going to go down on Friday and it went up. First of all, I don't address those kind of things necessarily because I'm not a day trader. That could happen. But I went and I looked at the Fed's H41 release, which I always include an analysis of that in the MMT Trader report that comes out every Thursday afternoon. And for some reason, I just, last Thursday, I didn't look at it when it came out. I was busy. But what I saw was really eye-opening and just affirms, without a doubt, this reserve situation and the impact it has on financial markets. In the week ending last Wednesday, that was what, May 1st? No, April 30th. Reserves dropped by 209 billion. That was the biggest decline in a year. Okay, you got to go back to April 17, 2024 to see a 1 week drop in reserves of that magnitude. So that was a massive bilge pump operation, okay? And that brought system reserves down to 3 trillion. That is the lowest level of reserves since October 2024. Okay, so was that like 6 months? The drop since mid-March, the week ending March 12th, has been 460 billion. So massive bilge pump operation. Reserves are now at the lowest level since the beginning of January, actually the week ending January 1st, 2025, just at the very start of this year. So a gigantic bilge pump operation draining out reserves. By the way, banks moved, I think something like 60 or 80 billion, I don't remember the figure offhand, into the Fed's RRP, the reverse repo facility. So you can tell that, they wanted assets. They were happy to get rid of those reserves, and there was a stampede into assets, financial assets. We had, until Friday's bond sell-off, we had a good week in bonds. Friday, there was a panic about the 177 non-farm payrolls, which I think is ridiculous. It's bogus. But you could see how this works. I mean, monetarists would tell you that, they're always saying they're pumping money, they're juicing money, they're printing money. This was the opposite. I've always said, like, they have it backwards. When there's big money printing, that is the wave crashing into the boat, and that is destabilizing. It causes the financial system to have to capitalize those reserves, and that leaves less on hand for other financial assets. When those reserves are drained out, as we saw, as I said, in the last, month, from mid-March to mid-April, we had a $460 billion drain in reserves, bringing reserves down to the lowest level since the beginning of the year. Okay. Last week's drain was the largest single 1 week drain since October in 6 months. All right. So, I'm sorry, it was the largest single drain since the week ending April 17, 2024. So, monetarists would say, oh, that's bearish because the Fed is draining. They're draining, right? They're tightening. No, that's not how it works. So if you're going to criticize me or critique me, it was because I forgot to look at the Thursday release. And actually, Thursday and Friday, we did have a reserve build, But the point is that reserves are so low right now, okay, that even with a modest reserve build, I think on Friday or on Thursday, on Thursday, which was the first of the month, we had a net transfer of 66 billion. So yeah, we got some back, but nowhere near the 209 billion drain that we had in the week. We got a little bit back, but there's still plenty of room in the system for new financial assets. And I suspect, I haven't looked at the banking data yet, and anyway, the banking data is always like 1 week behind. We're going to see a big increase in loans and securities purchases by the banks. That's how it works. I mean, here's the thing, folks. You can ask questions. That's how you learn. To come out and just be sarcastic and criticize, you have no interest in learning. All you want to do is kind of, soothe your ego by saying, ha ha, he was wrong. He said it was going to go down on Friday and it went up. That's all that is. That's an ego play. An intelligent person asks questions because that's how you learn. A person who wants to freaking pamper their ego, they do, ha ha, you were wrong. You said it was going to go down on Friday and it went up. I really don't care. Anyway, that's it. I just wanted to put this out as a quick video. Please like and subscribe if you choose to do that. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of the weekend. Bye.